Hey guys! So, I'm trying this new thing called Girl Talk. Clever, right? I didn't really have time to get a second video together this week, and so I thought instead of not dropping anything at all on Friday, why not make one of those videos where I just kind of ramble about crap I've had to deal with in the past week? That'll be fun, right? Well, I know lots of other YouTubers do it anyway, so why the heck not? So, I promise this title isn't just clickbait. There are actually a lot of triggering topics, for me at least, that have been happening and that I'll be going over. So the first thing that's been really driving me crazy is this freaking scars scene with Astarion. I cannot get it to trigger. See what I did there? I know, I'm a dork. So I really wanted to get the scene to trigger on my tiefling because she's been my sort of canon character for this patch. I would have liked all of the scenes to have been with her, but for whatever reason, even though I am at exceptional with him, even though I've done every scene possible with him, I still can't get it to trigger. I thought maybe it was because my game was an evil playthrough, so last night, to avoid having to start a completely new game, I loaded up a save from before the Grove raid, and instead of helping the goblins, I killed them all and got the good guy celebration, thinking it would actually help me get the scene to trigger properly, but it didn't. And so I've been playing for 4 in-game days, killing things and resting, and just nada. The feeling of wasting a whole night on it is just... I know most people would be like, wait for patch 6, but I'm thinking, what if it gets harder to trigger in patch 6? I mean, it could get easier to trigger too, but I still just wanted to get a patch 5 version in case they changed anything in patch 6 too, so it's really frustrating. And yes, now you know where I got the creative play on words for this topic. And that's not all. There's more triggering BS. So last night, someone brought it to my attention that this website had a guide for Astarion's romance, and that the pictures looked like they were from my video. It wasn't just any romance video either, it was the patch 3 one with Astarion, which is pretty rare by most accounts since it was only live for a week or so before they took it down. As you can see, it's clearly my drow. They cut my watermark out and didn't even bother to give me credit for the screen caps or link to my video. And really, if they had linked to my video, I would have been mostly okay with it because at least then it could potentially be a source of traffic. They still should have asked for permission though. And this article has been up for a long time, likely generating revenue for them. And it's not just one article, it's several. This same author used my Illithid Lover video as well as my Minthara one. It makes you wonder how many other YouTubers' videos they've been leeching content from. It's not like it's that hard for someone to ask for permission, and they'd likely find someone who doesn't care and would allow it with attribution. But instead, it was just outright theft of my hard work. I mean, that Illithid Lover video, just so you know, at the time I made it, the later scenes, like Dream 4 especially, were so buggy. I reloaded that night something like 30 times, maybe 40, before I actually got a recording that had both models in it. You know, because back then, the Dream Lover had a way of just not showing up in that scene. I mean, I'm sure most people assume that making videos for gaming content is just easy, but it's not always that simple. Sometimes you have to work around bugs. Look how long it took me to get the Will romance to work properly. And even now in this patch, I'm having trouble getting that scars scene to trigger too. So I sent them a cease and desist to take my screenshots down, and hopefully by the time this video goes live on Friday, it's Thursday as I record this, they'll have taken them down. And if they just keep the dang things up, I'll contact their provider and maybe get it taken down that way. It just really irks me. The absolute nerve of some people, and to think that these articles have been up since December of last year. Ugh. So I'll also touch base on patch 6, but there's not much to say that other people haven't already said. But I'm at least pretty excited that Sorcerer's confirmed in a tweet from Larian on 10/7. They are at EGX, which is a gaming convention sort of thing, running until the 10th in London. Also, I gotta say this Mind Flayer is awesome. I totally want it for my living room. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully the patch will be out soon, but likely we're going to get the next panel from Hell first, and then it will be launched afterwards like they did when the Druid class came out. I'm pretty excited about Sorcerer because I haven't played it at all. It's always great to have a new class to play through as well when you start a new patch, you know? Other updates worth mentioning, Chapter 2 for Legionnaires is up on my Patreon, as well as the first chapter of my fantasy novel, Dawn Singer. Legionnaires Chapter 1 is public now, and there's also a bunch of other fanfic, some specifically for Astarion on there that's public if you're looking for some good reads. There is definitely some smut in the first Astarion fanfic, so be mindful if you're not into that kind of thing. But I mean, who isn't into that kind of thing? And while I'm at it, I'm going to give a shout out to my current Patreons. Thanks for the support. I've been enjoying getting to know those of you who've jumped onto the Disco to chat with me. It still amazes me that there are so many awesome people out there who are just as big a nerds as me, fawning over digital men. However many years ago that I first played Dragon Age Origins and romanced Alistair for the first time, I would have thought people would have responded to me by cringing. But instead, it's become an amazing community of people where people can share all their pixelated romantic obsessions. It's a truly beautiful thing. And that's it for me then. Everyone have a good weekend. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Oh wait, that's right. I was supposed to do my actually seductive voice for this one because you remember in the last video I did my Astarion impression. So let's try this again with the seductive voice. That's it for me then. Everyone have a good weekend, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. I don't know if that was good or not. And now I've gone and embarrassed myself. I'm actually legit blushing right now because I'm such a baby. But anyways, have a good weekend, guys. See you later.